Okay guys, Road Warrior back here, continuing on with kind of a farming series rotation. Just kind of my take on things here at the Blue Crab, available at level 54. All this stuff you're going to find in my inventory will be available at level 54. Keynote on this setup here, it is the Heavy Chaser 10-2 with the Empress. Now once you hit level 55, this might be a better choice for you to get this to max out a little better, since that's a 59-pound rod. I am putting a 55-pound reel, but just in the event that you can't afford that yet and you're dying to get in there and have something set up, the Empress will do, but later on probably Excel Spinner might be a little better as far as a matchup. But you won't have no trouble pulling those fish in. Moving on, so I'm bringing two of those. Again, the Majesty for match rods, for the tarpon and the permit. Again, all available at level 54 or under. 57 pounds. Again, 55 pounds there. Those are going to be on there already. So that's a very universal reel as well. Just you'll love the recovery rate on that. Now moving on for a spinning setup, if you need one for the tarpon and the permit, this is available also. The Thetis 6'7", 67-pound rod, 66.1 pound reel, and 66.1 pound. Also, keynote here, if you didn't have this, you could use Glow Shad or something, but you can get that from the 30-day stay at the Weeping Willow. Or you can put the Nymphs on from just simply getting those from rowing your kayak a certain amount. Just check that in your missions. Also, moving on now to the Keep Net. Keynote again on this one. This is available at probably level 53 or so, but if you wait and you look around in the shop again, if you wanted to wait a little bit, get a bigger Keep Net, maximize your time there, you could actually get this one, which goes all the way up to 1,102 pounds. But if you didn't have that, you didn't want to wait, again, you can come here with this one. Also, the Gary Scott boat is available. It's pretty expensive, but I will be bringing just the regular old generic Gary Scott bass boat. And later on, I'll show you the rotation and that sort of thing and where you want to camp out. Okay guys, now for some marks. This is pretty much the #1 spot on YouTube. I'm sure most of you guys know this. If not, you're not aware, I'll show you when I go down there to start camping out. And I'll probably do it live stream, just having some fun. I'll show you exactly how I do it when I get there, but I'm going to put up plenty of marks here for you guys if you want to come around and lure fish for them. Permit are almost always coupled. You can come up this canal. This is a nice little hot spot as well. So there's several spots for you to come through and just kind of fish all through here. Another option, if you wanted to come back and just fish for the unique bass, the speckled, you can kind of just come all the way up through these canals. Both sides have them. It's a largemouth bass. The unique is there. Several unique spots in through here. And then you can come all down through here if you wanted. That should be plenty of marks to get you guys started. Okay guys, basically just drive your boat there, hit triangle, you can actually get off here. Just in the event somebody did not know this that's watching this video. Come out to this opening and then set your rod stand down. Okay guys, kind of key notes. Hook size is kind of up to you. Generally speaking, what I'm doing here is I'm running two float rods, setting them kind of in the center of the rod stand. I'm going for the permit and the tarpon here. Hook 6-0 large minnow, set 15 to 30 inches deep. Normally you want them fairly shallow, so 20 inches is a nice depth, medium depth. Kind of targeting the permit again with the minnows. Bottom rods, I'm looking for the red drum, black drum. Now you will get a permit occasionally. I do like to mix up just the shrimp and the large cut bait for the drum. You might get some collateral there and pick up something else. And again, just kind of using the Thetis with the setup that I showed you. Again, you can use poppers, spinners, whatever else you want, shads, that sort of thing. But just in between, just this is a pretty good way to keep a pretty steady bite. Now you will have a few slow streaks here and there. And then again, towards the end of the deal, I'll show you kind of how to night fish here if you're interested in going around with a float rod and maybe or lure rod. It's kind of up to you. But until you first kind of learn a lake, kind of stick to the peaks. grind it out. And again, I can't stress this enough as well. Is always pay attention to how much you can keep in your keep net before you come to a lake. Target before you leapfrog to another lake as well. Always be aware of what you want to match your gear up with. And again, this was a pretty lengthy fight. Also, a side note on this is, more times than not, you'll get pulled over to this left side with a big fish. But nonetheless, both of these setups all three of these setups will actually pull in some really nice fish, as you can see here. This was a heck of a fight. This is actually the unique tarpon coming in. Definitely a great payday. And then again, on the upcoming clips, I'm going to show you another option if you wanted to. Now, this depends on your mood, type of fisherman you are. Maybe you want to lure fish, maybe you want to float fish, but you can catch and this kind of focus. That was around 33,000. That did take I want to say an hour or so, real time maybe. But here's just a different way. You want to come through and work with a buzz bait, just depending on your mood maybe. I'm kind of that same way. Sometimes I want to throw a lure forever, and then sometimes I have no trouble just staring at the bobber. If you're tired from work or that sort of thing, and you're tired from the grind, just another option coming up, and I'll show you here in a second. Okay, guys, just giving you guys some different options here. Like I said, you can go around with a float and do just fine on these tarpon. If you get bored sitting in from one spot, that's one thing about Fishing Planet. Once you get stuck in those areas where you're just stuck grinding over and over the same spot, don't hesitate again to go explore the lake. Try new tactics. Here I got the float set 15 to 20 inches deep. Just on a 6 over there, but there's nothing wrong with going around and either do a mix, throw a lure out, maybe do a float. Again, your permit and your tarpon for sure normally near the surface, so you want to have a shallow depth on your bobber. In other words, not very often will you get a unique tarpon off the bottom. So again, nice 138 pounder here on a float at night. And kind of key notes too as you're going through. If you want to start on some night peaks, get familiar with what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. And again, if you want to just target and throw lures, all depending on you, what you want to do. But you can see that even if you wanted to just go around and say, target a few commons, get some trophies, keep the bite fresh. There's a nice, $2,500, almost $2,400 quick payday without premium. Again, you can make a considerable amount of money at Blue Crab. Just going to depend on your mood. As I check out the sonar here, hoping just at least get a trophy. So, I kind of just sit this out a little bit, and eventually I get one to bite. But my point is, again, just to break up the absolute boredom you're going to face as you guys are leveling up. Again, just mix things up. Maybe you want to go fish for some speckled. There's nothing wrong with going with the stripers and all sorts of things here. But again, I hope the marks helped you guys get a start. I know a lot of you guys, the veteran guys, already kind of know what's going on here, but there's new people entering the game every day, and I always have questions asked on what I'm supposed to do here and there. Again, from here on out, just kind of make this one your own. In the upcoming, I'll just show you the net after kind of mainly just focusing on tarpon, merely for the most part just with a float rod. Okay, guys, it's kind of a quick review of the net. There's nothing wrong. Like I said, I didn't hardly have any misses. I think I went through and caught a few snook or something, maybe one bowfin, but mainly that's a quick $20,000 if you want to go around with just a float and maybe cast a few lures out. Again, entirely up to you what you guys want to do. Just giving you options. In the event that you wasn't familiar with Farmer Blue Crab, I hope this helps a lot of the new players out. Take care.